What I'd like to get from you is we talked about this hype phase and all that, and we've talked a little bit about what you expect. But let's get really specific about Bitcoin. Say, just looking at this thing in a long term. There's maybe a price chart if you have it in your mind from say 2010 to wherever. What does talk about its run up to near 20,000, its crash, and what you're looking at it to do going forward?
Well, again, this could be a little different, but the internet stocks as a group, as an index, first peaked in early 2000 and then crashed 95%, I think it was. And then slowly came back at first and then bubbled again into recent times. You know, as a collective index, they're only a little higher than they were in that hype phase. When now they're worth a lot. That's how hype the hype phase were. A bunch of companies with .com and little market share and almost no profits, if any. And if they did have profits like AOL, they were outvalued at 400 times earnings, which is so ridiculous, it's not even possible to fulfill those valuations. So if the same thing happens, let's say, okay, Bitcoin peaked at 20,000. Let's say it has one more bubble, which would happen by 2020 or early 2021 later, and then crashes. Well, okay, let's say it goes, my target for the next bubble would be 32,000. Whether it's 20 or 32,000, if they crash 95% back down to the, let's say 1 to 2 to 3,000 max, well, the next big boom could be just going back to 20, 32,000 for the whole, equivalent for the whole index. And maybe with a whole new companies and Bitcoin just becoming a standard, maybe it doesn't dominate the index. But whatever, the collective of the blockchain technologies, I don't think will be worth more than now. It's just the hype cycle has overvalued them that much. That's why people who think they can just buy and hold crypto companies here and blockchain companies are crazy. Even if you bought them at the top and held them forever, you'd be lucky to get to even, unless you pick the very best one. So that's the thing. That's why it's interesting to look back at history. History makes things clear. Why do I study history? And as far back as I can, cycles you wouldn't see become obvious the farther you look back, and things like this. You look back at the internet, you answer your question. Is this a silly bubble or is it the next big thing? And it's both. The internet was a silly bubble. It crashed big time, and then it became the next big thing. It's both. History, I wouldn't know that unless I was able to look at history and see, oh, this is obvious.